thoughts are going through your head like, this guy is crazy. This guy deserves to be locked up in the loony bin. Because why the hell would he do something like this without any safety gear? This guy is basically a non-movie version of Tom Cruise. He just wants an adrenaline rush. But in all seriousness, well done to Alex Honnold. I cannot believe he managed to achieve what he managed to achieve. And he made me a fan overnight. Without knowing anything about the guy beforehand, he made me like a massive fan. And, you know, just I can't wait to see or hear about what he does next in terms of his career. Building named Tapei 101 for the number of its floors is 508 million. So that's basically 1,667 foot, or feet rather. Feet tall, made of steel, glass and concrete, and is designed to resemble a stick of bamboo. Honnold is renowned for being the first person to climb El Capitan without ropes or safety gear. The 3,000 foot granite cliff is in California's National Park. The climb was originally set to take place on Saturday, but was delayed by wet weather. A delay on the live feed should the worst happen. When I initially heard that there was going to be a delay because of wet weather, of course that made perfect sense, absolutely. I was like, but is this a sign? Is this also a sign that maybe you shouldn't go through with this? Like, it's not too late. But of course, the madman himself decided to actually go through with it, and the rest is history. We'll cut away, the Netflix executive told Reality magazine in the run-up to the event. Nobody expects or wants to see anything like that to happen, in terms of Alex falling to his death. Honnold completed the climb in 1 hour and 31 minutes on Sunday and celebrated the achievement with one word: sick. And I love that was his just initial reaction, like, yeah, sick. Like, no words were necessary in that moment in time. He's like, yeah, this is quite sick. His time more than halves the record of the only other person to scale the tower. Alain Robert, a Frenchman who called himself Spider-Man, made it to the top of Tapei 101 at the time the world's tallest building in 4 hours. He did so with ropes and a harness. One other thing I liked about the event is how just people were reacting to Alex from inside the building. Like, this is an office building, if I'm not mistaken. I think they said that on commentary. And you can see people inside the building just looking on, taking photos and videos and whatnot, cheering him on. And Alex is just like completely fine with it. Like, he's just completely normal. Like, he's like, hi, how you doing? You know, that sort of thing. Whereas me, I'll be freaking out if I was on the inside of that building and I just see a guy with no sort of protection whatsoever just casually climbing on top of the building or up the building. It was funny, but also kind of scary as well. Like, please don't record this man. Please don't take any photos. Please don't distract this guy in any sort of way. For the love of God. Taiwan's vice president congratulated Honnold, writing on Twitter, I admit, I would probably feel sick too, barely able to watch. Honnold was greeted at the top of the building by his wife, who expressed concern for the wind and the heat as he climbed. But there was another distraction during his ascent. As Honnold reached the 89th floor, fans cheered and waved face to face, but for the window with the man climbing to the building. Video of the moment was shared by Honnold on Netflix on Instagram, showing the climber continuing undeteriorated. Alex Honnold has made many extreme climbs during his career. A documentary about his ascent of El Capitan titled Free Solo won an Academy Award, which I believe is on Disney Plus. So I'll be looking into that eventually, because I need to watch more of this guy, because I'm just fascinated by him, and I'm suddenly like a huge fan of this guy overnight. I realised at the time he was planning on doing it completely free climbing, like, or free solo climbing, whatever you call it, where like he had no protection on him whatsoever. I wouldn't watch that sort of thing, but for some reason there's something about me that I really wanted to watch it. I didn't watch it live because it's done like 1 AM in the UK, so I just watched it back yesterday afternoon. It's kind of like, you know, if you were around for like the moon landing back in the day, or, you know, whatever it may be, like these sort of achievements that come once in a blue moon gets broadcasted on television for people to see worldwide. There's just something about it that just makes it feel special and unique, and something that you need to witness at least once in your life, if that makes sense. Again, massive respect to Alex Honnold, big fan straight away. Definitely want to see some of his stuff in the future. If he does any more like broadcasting climbs or whatever it may be, which I hope he doesn't, or if he does, he at least does it with safety gear, because I, like everybody else, had their hearts in their mouths when watching this event. Like, I couldn't imagine what his wife was feeling at that time. Like the anxiety going through his wife's mind and her whole body, knowing that her husband could possibly not come back from doing this climb, which was just remarkable. In building as well, I might add. Like, I know nothing about like building designs or anything like that, but it was a really cool looking building, and I can see the sort of attraction that came with wanting to climb it and try and make history, if that makes sense. Views as well, as he got to the very top, the views were just stunning. I couldn't make it. I was like, do you know what? You're a crazy son of a bitch, but I completely understand your mindset. But with that being said, please let me know your feelings down below. Did you watch the Skyscraper event on Netflix? What are your thoughts on Alex Honnold? Were you a fan of his beforehand, or was this your first time discovering his rock climbing adrenaline rush, whatever you want to call it? If he was to do more shows like this broadcasted worldwide, would you be interested in watching it again? Or was this just like a one-off, one and done, too much for you to handle, don't want to see it again? Unless he had like safety gear on. But until next time, take care, stay safe, have a great rest of your day. Goodbye for now.